sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final race of the season here, Season 8, Aussie Formula Racing. Sound easy, joined by Captain of Gold, the Alpha Menaces, straight from the car to the commentary box here for this Tier 2 division. How are you, Gold?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty well after the back of a P2 and P5 for the Alpha Menace F1 team in Tier 1, so hopefully we are treated with some lovely racing tonight. And I see that Valhalla has retired already off the bat. Does he have a quali ban?
Ooh, let me check on the old phone here, but I assume he would have a qualifying ban because he has retired right at the start of this 18-minute qualifying, this short qualifying session under the blue skies here at the famous Spa-Francorchamps circuit, so Gold.
Love to see it. Lovely track, the longest track on the F1 calendar. And it looks like we have got some spicy battles to wrap up this championship, as we've got P1 already settled. Congratulations to Sneaky.
Yeah, he has. He claimed that a few weeks ago, so absolutely well done to him on a beautiful season here in Tier 2, and can't wait to see him out on circuit in Tier 1 next season, there, Gold.
Amen.
He'll get the old promotion. And who might join him in that promotion, oh Gold? We'll have to wait and see until the first round of the season in F1 22, Season 9 of the Aussie Formula Racing.
It's looking very good for the F1 22 game. Looks like we've got some exciting prospects and some time to recharge over the season break and get into the new game. So exciting things to come for all the drivers.
Yeah, that's right. With well, it drops on Tuesday, doesn't it? The early access for the Champions Edition, so not much time to cool down. No. Just enough time for your wheel to get a little bit of dust on it sitting in the corner of the room before you crack it open on Tuesday afternoon. But here comes Dutchy, who's about to start out of that. Hello to everyone who's joining us live or back on the replay. Hope you're all going fantastically. But we'll go on board with this lap with the Alfa Romeo Gold down into the first corner here at La Source, third gear, try and rotate the car nicely as we now go on to one of the longest flat out sections on the calendar, all the way from La Source up to Les Combes, easily flat in the dry uphill through Eau Rouge. Nicely done from the Alfa Romeo, not getting too wide. You can get a little bit wide there and you scrub off speed and you lose time down this straight. And then as we come up towards Les Combes, about 65 metres onto the brakes there. Touch the curbs if you dare as we come through Malmedy now, 5th or 6th gear. Try and just carry as much speed as you can down into Ravage here, along understeery, downhill right-hander, and then towards No Name, where very easy to run a little bit wide here over that white line, but nicely done from Dutchy once again into Pouon. This very long sweeping flat-out corner, very challenging in the wet conditions that we had early parts of qualifying for Tier 1. Now up to the chicane here. Try and carry as much speed through there as always. And into Stavolo now. A good exit is critical because we have once again a very long flat out section towards the bus stop chicane where you need to try and nail that braking point to finish off the lap. Very easy to go in a little bit too deep and it costs you a run towards the line. So coming around Blanchimont with the Alfa Romeo. And about 100 metres onto the brakes here. Hit that inside curve a little bit nicely. And, well, put it straight, put the power down, and watch the time come up. And that's a decent lap with Dutchy around this Spa circuit.
That's a very good banker indeed. Took that nice. Maybe took it a little bit easy in some places, but again, with these short 18-minute qualifyings, you always want to get a lap in. So you've got that delta for your next laps.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right. With the chance to only get 3 runs in, you really just want to put a good lap time on the board early, and Dutchy's definitely done that.
And as we see a couple of retirements.
Yeah, that might have been an incident down there between Zay and Kebab.
We jumped on board with one of the AlphaTauris.
Just cleared away, but the Red Bull was in the middle of the circuit, so he was facing backwards on the racetrack, so there must have been something going on between those two down there.
Yeah, it's a very strange one. Looks like the stewards might not get as much of a break as the drivers in between the two games, potentially after this round.
I don't know about you, mate, but I'm just keen to delete this game as soon as possible. And about 3 minutes once we go off air tonight, I think it will be deleted, and my PC will have some more space once again.
Yes, we love a bit of hard drive space.
Yes, I'm going to replace it instantly with Flight Sim, so I can't wait.
Get on the ATC.
Absolutely. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hope everyone's going well, and well, joining us for this season finale of Season 8, and obviously this is Tier 2, as we've got Wahid coming down towards the bus stop in the Red Bull, and only 5 times on the board, no gold so far, with 4 already retired.
Yeah, it's looked like it's been an interesting qualifying so far, that's for sure. There's a few gaps forming between the times, but obviously it's still very early days, so we won't pay much attention to that.
Yeah.
And also with half the grid not having a set lap or valid lap, so I reckon as the time dwindles down, we'll see a lot more competitive times.
And we saw the quality of Dutchie's lap. You know, we rode on board for the entirety, and it was a really good lap.
Yeah, it was nice and clean. And it looks like he's sitting pretty up there for the Upper Menace team.
The best team on the grid, isn't it?
Oh, it's a team. Oh, sorry, I've just seen Wahid been into the wall.
Ooh. That's an interesting place to have done it, and he's missing the entirety of his front wing.
Yeah, he just got loose on that left curbing there, as it can do to you especially if you've got TC off. If your rear tyres are on that left curbing and you give it too much gas, you can find yourself very easily into that wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the consequence of that understeering right hand, it's easy to find your way out there, is Mr. Spicer getting a whole lot of opposite lock on the wheel there through Lake Common chicane and an invalidation just for his troubles. But I hope everyone in the chat's going well, from your beloved, most menacing partner in the commentary box. I don't think anyone's actually on a lap now that there's been an invalidation for...
No, yeah, it does look like everyone's in.
I think Skins is about to start a lap there, mate, in the McLaren as he's coming out of the bus stop chicane. Taking that sort of nice wide line, but not quite getting the traction he would have wanted. But luckily it is quite a short run up towards the first corner and goal.
A very good exit as he approaches Arouge and Radion, speeds up to 320 kilometers per hour. So far so clean. It's very hard to nail the turn 1. It may look like a very easy call, but it is very deceptive as he gets a good exit out of Arouge and Radion. Now he approaches 320, 323, 323, slams on the brakes about 65 meters, and he's a bit wide there, but he sort of pulls it up between. Now he hooks it up, goes to the left side. Now you want to brake as soon as the curbing starts, goes a little bit deeper, but maybe ABS helping out. As we go.
Can confirm you can brake later there if you have ABS.
Yep, I wouldn't know that. And now as we approach Poohan, the fast left-hander, very good. Little dab of brakes, swing it around, hook it to the left side, then maybe use some of the curbing if you're brave enough. A little bit of the curbing, we'd love to see that. And just leaves it a little bit shy there. Swings it back. Now we go through Stavilo, and it is a 114.2 on the board. Now we approach the final sector.
Yeah, just this bus stop chicane to come now.
Absolute critical corner.
Oh yeah, hit the anchors as hard as you can at about 100 meters. Nicely trail brake into the apex for a little bit of rotation. Third gear on exit, short shift to fourth, get the power down. Hug the right hand side for a shortest distance, and a 42.7 from Skins, and well, we saw that it was a pretty good lap, didn't we?
Yeah,
but still definitely time in it.
Yeah, definitely time. He used a bit more of those curbs. They can be a bit risky, because the car does not like getting up on those curbs. So he's done pretty well to navigate those, and provisional pole at the moment with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, he does. Here comes Forehead, who's been quick all season in the Aston Martin, and they're fighting for the constructors here in Tier 2, aren't they, Gold?
By 1 point separates the Red Bull Racing team and the Aston Martin team. So it's been a very tight battle all season from the looks of that, as Forehead crosses the line and goes provisional pole by 600ths.
And that's important for him because he's carrying the flag for Aston Martin alone tonight, whereas there is 2 Red Bulls. However,
Yes.
Kebab starting down there in 14th, so that is good news for the Aston Martin fans out there.
Indeed it is. So it may be advantage Red Bull in numbers, but at the moment it is advantage Aston Martin with the track position.
That's right, Mika's coming around, mate, in the Williams. Oh, that's a little bit wide through the exit of Stavilo, and, well, if he's getting that wide in qualifying, he's going to have to watch out in the race, because worn tyres, you have quite the tendency to wash out wide there, Gold, and especially, well, we don't have the sim damage this year, or this season, which is a good thing, because you could get 4 damage on that exit curb with the sim damage last season.
Yeah, he's currently 2 temps up as he crosses the line. Not going to be provisional pole, but is going to be improvement on his lap time, 1:43.3.
He's me thinking, I've just improved by 3 tenths and I didn't move. That's disheartening.
Sounds like the Jaguar in Assetto Corsa Competizione, mate.
The Jag.
The Jag.
The Jag. You know what? You can always be P1 in Jag class, though.
Of course you can.
Oh, Dutchy getting a little wiggly there out of the final quarter, but takes back that P1 up onto the pole position, and well, with about a 2/10 advantage over his nearest rival. What can the M-Dog do here? Well, he's actually pulling into the pit lane, so he won't be doing anything on this occasion.
No, as we said before, as the time dwindles down, these times are going to get ever so more competitive, and showing suit right now.
Yeah, what about Nemo? I think that previous best was on the medium compound, so we'll see what he can do here. I didn't get a sector split, so we'll find out as he crosses the line here. He is staying out, so...
He's definitely going to improve on this time. Improves by 6 temps.
P6, and, well, he probably will have time to get in and out, but he's doesn't have time to dick around, let's say.
Yeah, that'd be very marginal, so hopefully he can get back out, and he's definitely got room for improvement. That is for sure.
Here comes Mr. Spice, mate. He's on the medium compound on his Alpha Tauri, and could be a good. It could be smart, because you saw it was a decent strategy there in the previous race.
Yeah, 100% a good shout. I mean, he has to combat with 4 drivers that are retired and 1 that has not set about a lap yet in Smitty. So he could be pulling an absolute power play here as he approaches the final corner, gets a pretty decent exit, and that's going to give us a 1:44.2, so inside the top 10. So Spicer doing other things that his competitors are not, so he may be onto something here.
He might well be. We've got the Z-Dog coming around, and well, we'll see what he can do here in the Alpha Tauri. But yeah, Spice is guaranteed a worst start of 11th, mate. And honestly, starting 11th would be decent as well, because you get that fresh medium for the start.
100%, and I mean, as it proved in our race, if you have an aggressive start, you may be able to get up quite a few places. So, I mean, Spicer may have a different idea and plan, but definitely going aggressive, or even being passive might be a good idea, because people could get argy-bargy up front.
We got well, Psycho saying in the chat there may be rain late into the race, so that's the plan down at Alpha Tauri behind the medium compound.
100%.
Could be a smart decision, because it's not the longest of pit lanes, but you know, track position is track position, and if you can avoid a pit stop, could just carry you up towards the front when that rain starts falling.
Yeah, and if everyone else pits, Spicer will... Oh, it depends on when the rain comes in, but if Spicer gets that window, he's going to take that opportunity, and he is going to be grinning with a very good track position.
Yeah, that's right. Spinny goes 4th fastest, and well, I don't know if it's me with a dodgy connection or him or a bit of both, because this man is lagging everywhere for me.
He certainly is bouncing around a little bit. Hopefully it sorts itself out come race time, but yeah, he's a bit bouncy, eh?
It's it just looks so unnatural watching it, and he's pushing again, mate. So we'll stay with it. As you know, the car just jinks so suddenly when you turn it in, and then you get a little bit of wiggling. It's a bit like an Among Us meme when he's facing the wrong way, wiggling the rear end, and he's doing that on his Williams right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure, he loves a loose car. Maybe doesn't. Maybe likes a bit of a stable car, but it's looking very loose at the moment. But that could just be what we're seeing.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit more of the lag side.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of car I like. Just whatever Feber's got for the week.
Yep, Fever, shout out Fever, AFR Tier 1 champion. Makes some very good setups that we may or may not take week in, week out, but just quietly, I think Smitty's on for a pretty good lap here.
I was about to say, he might be on for pole. He's 2 tenths up exactly, which will put him right in discussion for the front row, and well, it's pretty close with that pole position, so down towards the bus stop he comes. This is going to be his final lap you'd expect with the ERS situation for him. As he comes out of there, I don't know if that's just lag or not, but he goes second fastest by 0.008 of a second. He's just missed out, and could that just be the nature of the back-to-back? Is that cost him pole?
It could have, yeah. I mean, he's going to be on those old tyres, and especially a formation lap around here. It's a very long formation lap because of the track distance. May negatively harm him. Yeah. It will be marginal, I reckon.
Well, a lot of these guys are going to be improving, you expect, on these runs, and the AI tends to trample the tyres a little bit on the...
as Smitty's just spinned it.
Well, that's one way to save your tyres.
Yep.
Anyway, here comes Wahid. Yeah, here comes Wahid here. And he was a good healthy chunk of time up, so we'll see what he can do here. He's going to have to find a lot of time to improve, and he goes 6th fastest with 7 tenths improvement. So nice lap there. Who else there? We've got Mika, but he's invalidated, but has the time to start another lap if he has the fuel. I'll tell you who might be pushing it, Nemo. We said he might be pushing it to make it to that checkered flag, mate. With 12 seconds, it's going to be close.
5, 4, I think he's just missed out, unfortunately.
I've got 5, 4. There might be more time because the M-Dog is chilling on his outlap. I've hit 000 now, and the M-Dog gets to start his lap, so all good down there for him. What about Skins? He goes pole.
Oh, hello.
Skins with a 42.3 puts him onto the pole position. That's a cracking lap there from the McLaren driver. What can these drivers respond with? Here comes Forehead, about a 10th up, and he's going to need a little bit more now that the goalposts have moved a couple tenths down the road.
As he's approaching to the fast rate of knots again, has to get his anchors settled on that 100-meter board. Does he get a good entry? He gets a decent entry. A little bit too much curb, but let's see what he gets as approaching the line. It's going to be a 42.5, just 2 tenths shy of Skins.
Enough to jump him to that front row, though, and who knows what happens. Clean side of the grid. Here comes the McLaren of... I really should figure out how to say this name before I butcher it all race long.
I think it's Arbushan, mate, but he's coming 3 tenths up. I probably botched that too, but he gets a very, very decent exit out there. What's it going to be? It's going to be 3 tenths of an improvement with a 143.6.
And does he snatch back the pole like he has before? Nope. Chooses not to. So maybe he was up and thought, I don't want the AI to trample around on my tyres. Maybe that might have been a conscious decision from Dutchy there. Here comes Nemo towards the bus stop. 2 drivers left on the lap. Nemo and the M-Dog. Can they challenge any further up than they currently are? Nemo exits the bus stop 8th. Where does he finish as he crosses the line? He moves up to 7th. The M-Dog, he goes P5, so he stays where he was. And, well, that is qualifying done of Season 8 of all the tiers.
Certainly an eventful one at the very end. Got some very close lap times there, especially between positions 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah, they're packed in like sardines there.
Absolutely. Just quietly, as we were saying before, we've got Spicer made the top 10 on his medium, so congratulations to him. Is definitely not a bad position to be starting from.
Yeah, absolutely. With that threat of rain, who knows what could happen. And both the AlphaTauris look like they're going to be going for that medium tyre. So we'll see how that pans out for them across the course of 22 laps. So the shortest in terms of racing laps that we're going to get all season. But it is the longest lap in terms of actual lap distance at 7 kilometres and 4 metres of gold.
Yes, 100%, and also advantage Aston Martin in this constructors battle between positions 1 and 2. You have Forehead in P2, who is looking at the moment to get more points over Red Bull, with Kebab in 14th and Wahid in P6.
Yeah, without sneaky racing tonight, so that could be big in terms of the constructors, but while we got a moment here, I'll just say a little bit of a shout out to my nemesis, Abigail. I think he's pretty cute.
Also shout out Elite Alex 91. That's exactly who you think it is.
It is the menacing pair of us.
Also, I was going to say before, P2 or 3, not a bad place to start this race, because obviously you've got that big slipstream fest all the way to the Camel Straight, so it's not always an advantage game pole position here, but if you can run away with it, you may be in the box seat, and especially getting out of DRS is critical.
That's right, and you know, well, I don't want to blow my own trumpet too much. I tend to do that a little bit too much here behind the mic. But I did go from 3rd to 1st on that first lap, so you know what you're talking about there, O'Gold.
I do. I witnessed it firsthand tonight, mate.
Absolutely. So we've got a few mediums there at the back of the grid, mate. Obviously the 2 AlphaTauris, as we sort of knew already, but Fluxy, Kebab and Zay as well. And we didn't get to see any of Kebab and Zay and Fluxy because they all binned it. And we thought Valhalla had a qualifying man, so going to be interesting to see what they can do in the course of the 22 laps here.
100% all to play for. We'll see maybe some drivers take some different attitudes tonight. Last race of the season. Let some let the inner beast out potentially. But you know what? Maybe some are just here for the fun. Some are here for their positions. Absolutely would love to see Red Bull and Aston Martin have a cracking finish to the end.
Can they do anything to help one of the other that's a reserve down there? They don't tend to play for the team, the reserves. They tend to just try and get the best result for them. So we'll see what happens here, and we'll keep a close eye on it, as that's one battle going on tonight. Another battle is 4th in the driver's standings. Now, I can't remember who you said it was between.
4th in the driver's standings is between, sorry, P4, 5, 6 and 7. They are split between 17 points. So you have Spicer on 85, you have Dutchy on 75, you have Zay on 70 points, and rounding that off is Psycho with 68 points. And it looks like we may have a few of those guys out tonight, but...
Yeah, no Psycho. Zay starts 15th, Dutchy 3rd, and Spicer starts 10th, but he's on that medium tyre with the rain expected to be falling later on in the race, so could work out for him, might not. It's definitely a gamble, but here we go, Golden. Well, you can take the start here.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I haven't done this one before, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen.
I have full confidence.
As we approach the grids for the final time for the AFR Tier 2 Championship. The final round of the season, final race of Season 8 of AFR. And we are bang, and we are underway. Gets a good start in the McLaren and got with forehead. He gets into turn 1 nice and quickly as we've got forehead on the side. They're going to go too wide into Rouge. Very, very ballsy. Here we go. How's it going to end out? It's going to be very tight, but I think the McLaren's just got ahead. They're going side by side, approaching to the Camel Straight. We have a yellow flag in sector 2. We've got a very big train going. It's Dutchy may think of going for a move. What's going to happen into turn 2? The McLaren gets ahead. Oh, no, he doesn't. They're still going side by side. Good battle, boys. Hold on. And it just looks like Skins has just got ahead.
Oh, the Alpine and the Williams going at it as well. That was actually a beautiful opening to this race, and they're still touching a little bit the Williams and the Alpine down the hill, but
we have a spin at the back.
We do. Wahid, he was sideways out of turn 1, and he's sideways once again down there on Rivage.
That's going to be...
Oh, and touching his M-Dog, and Smitty's in the wall, and Smitty is out!
Oh, no.
Smitty is out of this race, and that may be a safety car. It's a safety car, is it? What kind of safety car is it? It's a VSC. I can't see the indication, but I can see the board.
Yeah, I've got that too.
I've got the board next to Smitty's car showing VSC. So a virtual safety car on lap 1 here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And well, what an opening lap that was until then. Great battles between Skins, Forehead, Dutchy, M-Dog and Smitty as well. They were 2x2 up towards Lake Com there, and yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed just sitting back and watching that one, Gold.
100%, and again, Constructors Championship advantage. Aston Martin, as with Mr. Spicer, gets a drive-through. That's not what you want to be doing at early stages of the race.
And he's fighting for that 4th place in the Constructors, mate. That's big news. You know, he was on that strategy, but a few into the pit lane here with possible damage.
And again, this is a very long race. Anything could happen. Very long in terms of lap distance, but we could see some changes. It's too early to call anything at the moment.
Yeah, it is too early to call, but we'll be trying to put the commentator's curse on as many people as we can tonight. But at the moment, we'll let them race for a few laps without putting the muzz on them. But Skins leads down through Rivage on lap 2 ahead of Forehead and Dutchy. The podium at the moment with M-Dog in hot pursuit.
Yeah, it just looks like it's all the drivers settling in at the moment, which is good to see. May have had a few unsettled drivers on that one, but just looks like everyone wants to survive at the moment, and then we can get the elbows out once DRS gets enabled next lap, mate.
Yeah, that's right. We had 3 into the pit lane, Zay, Z-Dog and Fluxy. Zay and Fluxy putting their mediums back on a fresh set and softs for the Z-Dog. So he has satisfied the tyre compound requirement where the other two have, Ents, but if we go to wet tyres, that's ignored. So it must be going to rain if they're gone onto the same dry compound.
Yeah, and we might see some drivers, especially in the soft tyre, go very long. And if my memory is good enough, I believe in Tier 1, everyone put around lap 8, 9.
Yeah, lap 6, 7 and 8 they all pitted. So you'd think maybe lap 12, the max you can get out of it.
Yeah, they can definitely last longer, but they do have that disadvantage of where you lose a lot of grip, and especially with full fuel, they get very hot.
Yeah,
so,
and you start sliding on the rears here out of the slow corners. It's really important. But here comes a bit of DRS action. Here comes Forehead up the Camel Straight, and well, that was a pretty easy move there for him on Skins. We just tucks back in towards Lake Com.
Yeah, I think he had his ERS off the whole of that one, so nice and easy move for you.
Kebab and Mika. Kebab took it on the Camel Straight there, and Mika came back at him, and the Rebel slides down Rivage. And those tyres must be a little bit hot there. He was off in the gravel, mate, on the exit of Malmedy. But
yeah, he wants to be careful on the approach to Pouon.
Yeah, he's going to try and compose himself now, because he's just losing time to the people ahead. But as he gets the inside curve and Pouon as well. Just try to settle down a little bit, lad, and regain your focus, because he should have the tyre advantage, really. You know, he started on fresh mediums, The others ahead on Warnsoft, so it won't take too long for him to have the tyre advantage, you'd suspect. Only problem is they are in a DRS train, so on the straights, they will pull away from him.
Yeah, he just Kebab wants to make sure that those tyres cool down before the end of the slap. But it looks like it's going to happen. And
the rights get a pretty easy ride around here, though, Elias. The front right at least. The left front really gets punished around here.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive track, you'd think, on tyres, but they seem to hold up pretty well, to be honest.
They are, well, they're not the softest range. They're C4, C3, C2, so tends to be Pirelli's favourite 3 tyres to bring to a racetrack, but I guess they are the middle and suit the most circuits.
100%. It looks like it's just going to be a little DRS train for the moment. Skins may go for a move. It's going to be interesting. It'll be decided in the braking zone, and he goes flying around the outside of the forehead.
Yeah, nice move. Just broke a touch later than you would if you were taking sort of the normal racing line, let's call it, and allowed him just to sweep around the outside of forehead, who didn't really put up much of a fight, as you'd expect, because, you know, we're on lap 4. You're not fighting for the race win yet. You just want to survive, no pens, and get to the pit stop, or get to the rain in this case.
Yeah, especially in these early stages, it's a lot easier to get pens in the dry than it is in the wet, as is commonly found. But just, as you said, these guys just want to get to the rain. They don't want to mess up their tyres too much, otherwise they may struggle when it comes to that crossover point in those wet conditions.
Yeah, that's right. The thing is, warm softs tend to fare alright if it starts raining compared to, let's say, a hard compound, because it can actually keep a bit of temp in it. Yeah. Whereas if you're on a hard compound, you just lose all temperature very, very quickly when it starts drizzling. So down into the bus stop, and that's very close between the Alpine and the Alfa Romeo there. And there might have been a light grazing of the exhaust pipes there from the nose of the Alpine, but shouldn't be any damage on the front wing, and he should be fine to continue on here. But just, it's sort of a wake-up call to be a little bit careful, and it's just so easy to go in at, let's say, the normal braking point when you're in one of these trains, and everyone just has that tendency to brake a metre or two earlier than they normally would, and that can cause a little bit of carnage further back. But you expect a pass here from forehead, and Dutchy, he could see
Dutchy
this.
Might be in this one. He's got a full pack of hers. Oh, he's going to hold back. Oh no, yes, he is going to hold back. So very close between those.
Oh wow!
What? They're 3 wide.
What?
That is very bold.
Oh my
from
god!
AFR team on last season with DZ and Panda there, as they just seem to find their way back into the race. Oh, they're always in the race, but
Dutchy absolutely mounted that inside curve at Lake Cobb and got away with it. He saw the other two going in a little bit deep, and honestly, that's a stunning move from Dutchy there to pull that one off without even causing an incident to the others. So very, very well done to him as Kebab gets past M-Dog into Puon, mate. So is there a little bit of damage on the Alpine here?
Let's have a quick check. It seems to be alright, but it may just be a light green or something like that.
He's losing so much
very
time.
Minor.
He must have a bit of front wing damage because he's going slowly.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling back there, and he's dumping the airs to try and keep him, but just that little bit of wing damage, especially in this game, whatever degree of wing damage you get, it's almost, you have to pit immediately.
Yeah, he's probably dumping a bit of that battery because you're going to lose it in the pit lane effectively because you're going to regain 30, 40, 50%. Not sure what the exact figure is here, but you'll regain a bit of that ERS, so you might as well deploy a bit before you come in. As forehead very close to the rear end of Skins there through La Source.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get him this time. I'd be very surprised. Maybe
he's not close enough.
If there's a move, but he is dumping his ERS. I don't know if that's a very good idea. You might want to save that because he's going to be flashing on with his red light. As he goes for it. He gave it a sniff, that's for sure. But he's come worse out than that and has lost more time. I think he just needs to hold on and bide his time, because as you learned, DZ, you just have to play the ERS game and DRS game.
You got to play it well. And sometimes it's a bit of a stalemate. But here comes Kebab, mate, who is entering the discussion now on these mediums. He's joined the back of this train. Is at the head of this train. Skins has just lost touch with Dutchy there through the middle sector. And Dutchy just breaking away slightly as the clouds are well and truly rolled in compared to the start.
Now, Kebab probably doesn't need to do much here, but again, that's his own decision because he's in a very, very good position if it comes rain time. Because these guys, if it comes past lap 12 at the latest...
Oh, anything past lap 8, the softs will be relatively dead. Lewis be on the phone to Bono saying that my tyres are dead. Yeah,
100%, mate. If Kebab just holds on here, just stays in that DRS train, I think he might be in a good contention in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit further back, Nemo shaping for a move on Valhalla. But yeah, Skins without that DRS is going to suffer here on the Camel Straight, and look, forehand might be a little bit too far back to make a move, but
and Skins has lost the DRS to Dutchy. And he has 4%, so that has not worked out for him whatsoever.
Yeah, he's burning everything to get back into that DRS, but he's going to lose out a lot on the straights now with no ERS. Here comes Nemo on Valhalla, up towards Lacom, and outside line goes the Haas, trying to sweep around. Oh, and a little bit of front
contact there,
a bit of front axle contact, and he's sideways.
That's very unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Sometimes
it's raining.
It is raining, and that is contact, and he's out! M-Dog is out of this race.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a
terrible rejoin, let's say.
That's a questionable rejoin, and that is a full course yellow, and that is a safety car, Daisy.
It is a safety car, and well, that hurts Kebab because, you know, he was on this winning strategy, but now they're all going to probably... Well, you'd think they'd consider pitting at least, but...
You'd have to bid for Inters now, I reckon.
You
know, if you know this F1 game too well, it only takes one singular lap for the rain to start pouring down for it to come into weather. So, it will be interesting come the pit lane time. As they approach the lane, what does Dutchy do? He goes in. As he slips in. Yeah, they're all going in, and it would be without question that they go for Inters. And yeah, you just look at the state of the track, mate. It's already
wet.
It's
definitely wet, yeah. Look, I don't want to lie, I've crashed at this pit entry twice.
Yeah, they are.
Especially in these conditions, it's tricky.
100%, especially come Arouge, Radion, Stavilo, Blanchimont. You want to be very careful on these intermediate tyres because variable conditions, you never know what the track surface is going to feel like. But yeah, as they all go for it.
Oh, Spice has done it! Oh, he didn't hit the wall, but yeah. He did what Skins almost did there, and he's going to lose out a lot of time now because he's going to have to stack behind his teammate in the pit lane, who might have just smacked his wing off.
I don't think he would have got wing damage from that.
You'd hope not, especially for Spicer. I mean, he's going to be last probably anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the Mercedes is quite a fair way back. But... Oh, it is a wing change for Z-Dog.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Got some,
look at the Ferrari, who's just going to be... Oh, no. I forgot we had the esports release on in this league, so he gets out. Instead of having to sit there and watch the AlphaTauri mechanics practice their pit stops.
Yeah. Absolute drama, mate, in the safety car period.
Oh, mate, it's all happening. And it all kicked off there with the contact between Nemo and Valhalla, who then proceeded to rejoin in a questionable manner, and that ruined the M-Dogs race.
100%. Now this is a completely different race. This is going to bring a lot more drivers that had some unfortunate issues in lap 1 right back into it. We've only got 13 out of the 15 drivers remaining, mate. It'll be an interesting, treacherous, long survival to the end.
Yeah, we're only a third of the way into it, mate. Have a look at the positional changes here.
Dutchy's tipping it in front of the safety car.
We'll have a look at this. up 11 spots is Kebab, mate, onto the podium at the moment. And Zay's up 6 as well. Biggest losers, obviously, Smitty and the M-Dog, who are currently out of this race. And that sucks to be them. But no penalties at the moment, oh god. So that's a good thing at least.
Yep, the driver's keeping it very clean on this racetrack at the moment. Don't want to be getting time penalties around here, because when that, well, I mean, not anymore, but when those trains form, but it will be absolutely crucial to keep within track limits, otherwise you can risk maybe dropping 2 or 3 spots, and that is not ideal, especially for drivers such as Kebab and Forehead, who are currently right next to each other on the standings with that 1 point gap in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, that's right. There are 1 position separates them. So it's now advantage Red Bull, mate, because Kebab's put in a stunning start to this race.
100%. So they'll take it by 4 points if I'm not mistaken, because they are ahead. Just confirm that. Yes, they are ahead by 1 point. 209 points to 208 championship.
Well, there's Wahid as well, mate, so it'll be even more.
100%.
So something's going to have to happen for Forehead to carry them to that first spot. But anything can happen here in the greasy, slippery conditions to the mountain.
And Luxie looks like he's going to keep that fastest lap unless we go dry with a 1:45.3.
You know what? He's down in 13th. What's he got to lose now? He might as well just absolutely go for it on this restart.
Amen.
And you know what? He's going to have great great feel for the conditions, because he's effectively lapping normally at the moment to catch up to the safety car. So
there's definitely an advantage of being down the lower positions under a safety car. You can absolutely go gun-ho and have a good feel for the track, and just looks like it's getting heavy. I don't think it'll be inters. Might just be the spray coming off the cars, but
it's a pretty moderate rain at the moment. It's not light. It's not too heavy, so it does require quite a lot of water to get to the wet tyre on this game. So we'll see if we do get there, but we're not sure of the forecast or anything related, so we'll just have to sit here in suspense. But once again, tier 2 finding themselves in the wet, so the wet tier lives on.
And safety car in this lap, mate. The drivers are all bunched up, as Dutchy looks like he's slowing down already.
Yes, he
Those
is.
tyres will be very cold. So
Well,
yeah,
once
there
you
he
sort
goes.
of get that you get told you got a couple of seconds to pick the pace you're going to maintain until you go. So he's decided that it's going to be, well, this slow or this fast, however you want to look at it, and then he's going to go at some point, as the safety car is just arriving at the bus stop chicane now. So once it's fully in the pit lane, he will have the freedom to go when he pleases. And he's going to have to try and catch these guys off guard if he wants to break away initially, but we saw him manage to do it in the dry. Can he convert that to the wet, as he has not gone quite yet? He is...
Oh, very, very treacherous.
Sliding his way up towards the bus stop on this restart. In goes the deep is the McLaren of Skins, who's got Kebab all over him as they exit the bus stop chicane now. A great exit from the Red Bull as he pulls alongside up towards La Source on the outside line. And, well, he's gone to second on the restart initially, so great restart from Kebab.
Yeah, a few drivers just getting a bit squirrely out of the final corner, but looks like Dutchy's just going to get away from the grid.
Nemo almost binning it on the pit exit wall there, out of La Source, getting it all wrong. And he's lost a few positions there, and he's got the Z-Dog all over him as we come now through El Rouge and up through Radion now. There's been a change for the lead, mate. Kebab goes for it straight away.
Oh, hello. I missed that one. He has absolutely gone for it. He must have just gone full chooch 5 ERS as it was back in the day. And he is building that gap.
So he goes from third to first, mate, in, well, a sector, we'll call it. So he's quick tonight. He's seriously quick.
Yeah, it's, again, definitely going to help his team out in the Constructors' Championship. Again, without Sneaky tonight, can he pull it off on his own? and seal that Constructors Championship for Tier 2 Red Bull Racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Red Bull leads, and the second car, the sister car, back there in 5th, mate. But he's lost 3 seconds already on this lap to forehead.
Yeah, he doesn't have damage by the looks of things, so maybe he's just had a poor restart, and he's got a bit of time to find.
Sorry, mate. Here comes Zay on the inside of Stavilo.
Hello,
that was ballsy. And they're going to be side by side on the run towards Blanchimont. And he's just edging ahead the Alfa Romeo, but now the inside line goes to the Williams.
This one's going to be close.
Oh, he backs out. Just around the outside. Yeah, the Williams fucked out.
It's definitely probably a good call, especially in these conditions. If you get it wrong, you can be sliding out the rear. But the two drivers have navigated through that, which is very good.
Yeah, absolutely. G'day, Flash Spy in the chat. But what can Dutchy respond with here, mate? Because Kebab's starting to fly away already.
Yeah, he's pulled out 8 attempts and looks like Dutchy's just struggling for that traction as Skins gets a 3-second time penalty for the track limits, which could be crucial. Only drops him down 1 position at the moment, but again, we don't know. Still got the second half of this race to go, so we could be on. Could be on for something here.
We could be. Here goes Spicer on the inside of Valhalla, and he's made that position quite easily down there at Lake Holm. So trying to recover now, Spicer, who didn't exactly have the most ideal race so far. As Flukesy has ran past the Z-Dog, who I think just got it all wrong at the top of the hill there.
Yeah, shout out all the drivers in Tier 2. 11 laps without a penalty, disregarding that drive-through. That's a pretty decent effort, I must say.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's pretty easy to run wide at a lot of locations here, so easy to rack up those pens if you're not careful.
100%. It looks like Dutchy may just slightly claw back, but they have both been in the ERS at the front of the grid 1 and 2. So maybe that gap just
burn because you get a lot more regen in these conditions. So
100%.
You don't have to use it so sparingly as you do in the dry.
Yeah, he's just catching up into those braking zones, but on the exits, Kebab just seems to have the edge on Dutchy.
Well, you really got to focus on the exits in these conditions because it's much harder. And well, if you come storming into the apex, you're gonna have that tighter exit, a tighter line, and it's going to cost you on exit.
Yeah, you don't want to be lighting up the rears, otherwise, well, 1, you could either be in the wall, and 2, lose that momentum. But looks like full forehead potentially going to move. He's gone full Trooch, 5 ERS. That looks like Memphis. Yeah, Memphis is doing the exact same thing. So it's just an absolute stalemate again in these conditions. What, you can't do much. So
it is harder to overtake in these conditions. You've got to have just a sort of unnatural speed advantage in the twisty bits, and then come onto the straight with a lot of speed, or just spring one on them when they're not expecting it. So it's much more of a cat and mouse game in these conditions.
Yeah, just have to. As I heard once upon a time, someone's explanation of TC, you have to pretend there's an egg between the throttle and you don't want to break it. And especially in wet conditions, you do not want to be breaking that egg. Because if you break that egg, there is going to be a big splatter.
Dutch is really right in the back of him now. He's found an extra gear here.
He's had a very poor sector to Kebab, so Dutchy will go full Chooch. But Kebab does respond with going full airs as well. So again, the stalemate happens again. Oh, Dutchy goes a bit wide. Don't know if that would be a track limit warning, I'd assume so, but again, seems to change in these conditions, and that was... Yes, it was a track limit. Well, he was first.
He definitely tried to get away with it. You saw him sort of stay off the track for a bit longer than you could have.
Yeah.
But he's been dished out a pen, but or not a pen, a warning. So not really a big problem. He's just got to be careful now to not get Well, a total of 3.
And that's helped Kebab get his distance gap up again. So again, back to that 6/7 margin, which seems to be hanging around that area. Looks like it's sort of fizzled out a bit at this very moment. Although Forehead is catching up to Skins again. And so is Dutchy. Yeah, Dutchy just has the sector 1 on Kebab. But he can't get it done.
He's killing him in Lake Com each lap.
He gets very close in the second sector. But then as soon as it comes to the straights, just doesn't have that extra edge on Kebab to get past.
Might have picked up the front wing a little bit more than Kebab. And that could explain things. But yeah, Nachi definitely has a lot of front end grip in these conditions compared to the Red Bull, because he's closing through the corners even with the dirty air. He's going to have to suffer. He runs wide there. That probably was another extension warning. So now he has to be really, really careful. But he's in the slipstream now. He is deploying the EOS as we come up towards Blanchimont. Is it flat? Is it still flat? I don't believe it would be.
No, it's not flat at all. But is he going to go for the move?
Do you
think about it? He's going to go side. Oh, he's just gone too much of that curb, but he's done alright to recover. He's right under him. That's a pretty decent recovery.
Yeah, he went for that sort of double switchback line, but got a little bit too much of that curb. But yeah, gathered up beautifully, and a poor run out of the source. So Kebab should be safe, at least for now. But yeah, they both got different speeds in different parts of the circuit, that's for sure.
Yeah, looks like Kebab's just gone for that more straight line, which is more suitable for the dry conditions.
Yeah, we did a race in these sort of conditions, and I held up another driver, just like Forehead just like Kebab is with that straight line speed. There's not much you can do. No, it's all good closing up in the corners, but if you don't close up before the braking zone, what are you going to do? You've got no overlap and no right to space.
Yeah, I think Dutchy just again has to buy the time, but also has to be careful with those track limit warnings now. He just needs to keep behind in the corners.
He would be quicker if he was not stuck behind him. He's just got to wait for the mistake that allows him the opportunity to get down the inside somewhere. But he's definitely got the pace as he rides the gearbox of the Rebel once again through campus.
He's just sitting pretty at the moment. Got that added downforce as just has a little bit of snap. Oh, he's another snap. So that leaves Kebab to
blast away on the straight.
Yes, that it does.
And Skins is closing back in because Kebab's definitely a little bit slower at the moment, but he is leading, so he dictates the pace, and with no DRS he's just sitting there pretty at the moment with that straight line speed.
Yeah, Kebab's just doing what he needs to on the straights and parking it on the apex in the corners. Just chipping away at it, not looking to be phased by anything that Dutchy's doing. As
the forehead's close here, mate.
Yes, it's about for P3.
Or he might be close enough here. Obviously both of them will be juicy in the battery.
Yeah, Skins goes a bit wide, but he's going to cover off that left side. No, he's not. He's going to cover the middle. But the Aston Martin's going to go down the inside. They're going to go side by side through his corners. Bit of contact. And Forehead just manages to get through. That's clean and fair. But he's still going to cover it off. And Skins is going to go around the outside, but his last and late breakers hasn't paid off for him tonight.
You've got to do something seriously right to get around the outside there. But you know what? We applaud the effort, but Forehead just with enough to get him there. A little bit of rubbing, but that's racing, so well played. As I'm just going to leave... It's Dutchy's... Sorry, Fluke's just had a spin there at Malmedy. I'm just going to leave you for a second, mate. I'll put this on board with Dutchy. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
No worries. Just looks like Dutchy's just going to hold on again in the corners, but we're going to see the straight line speed of Kebab. He's weaving, he's going to the left side of the track, not sure what he's trying to do there. But again, Dutchy just needs to stay behind and hopefully can get pretty close into those corners, because he's got that straight line speed deficit obviously, but we're assuming Kebab's running a lower downforce setup, which isn't again ideal in these conditions, as he just gets a little bit loose. And it looks like Kebab's again going to get the better run, but how's pretty decent exit. They both get a bit of a kick of oversteer, as Kebab is just going to fly away for the moment, as he's just, Dutchy has not got a ideal exit out of those 3 critical corners.
Ooh. I joined back in Abushin's just lost a couple of spots I think there, mate, so
yeah, no, I'm not too sure what happened there.
But status quo at the front, Kebab from Dutchy.
Now we've got Skins, who's got another 3-second penalty, which is no good towards his name. But he's still only losing 1 position because these top 4 guys have just gone away from the pack.
Yeah, Zay's closing on Wahid, so Wahid definitely a little bit slower than those top 4, but he's doing a good job. He's only lost about 2 seconds in the last 6 or so laps, so he's doing a decent job there. Just he's got to try and hang on to Skins, who is racking up those warnings like a kid in a candy shop. He's loving them.
Absolutely. You don't want too much candy, it's not good for you. And same thing with Fens, not good at all. As Dutchy just gets a little kick of oversteer, which is going to ruin his run against Kebab.
It's really raining now, like really raining.
Yeah, it has picked up. Yeah, they're not going flat for Blanchimon anymore. I don't think they ever were, but
Kebab might have been in the clear air,
now.
but yeah. Tucked up under the rear wing, Dutchy definitely isn't.
As Zay's looking very close to Wahid now. As Wahid's in the pits. Wahid's going in the pits.
That's got to be for wets.
We will see. Might not be a bad call, but also, do you want to be doing it this late into the race? Do the Inters have that less of an advantage? And it is the full wet tyre. Now this could be spicy.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what kind of pace he has on that. The Abushin's in as well for McLaren. Now this should really help Dutchy, because if we're right in that Kebab has less downforce on the car, that's really going to hurt in these conditions.
Now, how bad is the wet weather? Is it worth?
Oh, it's just hiccuped again. It's raining more again.
Yeah, no, Kebab's locking up now, and Dutchy is right on that rear end of the Red Bull. But yeah, we have
Surely you don't pit the leaders. Surely.
I mean, they've got that gap, but I mean, at the same time, how bad is it? Do they need to pit? I don't know. Well, it's.
Well, we're not on that gap with Wahid and Nemo. And Valhalla's out on the wets. That could be a safety car, mate. It is a safety car. It's a safety car. Oh, again on the crossover point? Again?
Oh yeah, I think everyone's going to be pitting for wet tyres now.
I mean, they're now afforded the opportunity to pit onto the wets, and mate, it is chucking it down here in Sector 3. It's got to be wet tyres.
Yeah, again, everyone gets a free pit stop because of another person's misfortune. Very unfortunate. Is very easy.
Does anyone risk it and stay out? That's the question.
I don't think it's worth it now. If you're...
Azay's the last one who could stay out and sort of retain the lead.
Drive-through penalty for Wahid.
Forehead staying out.
Forehead staying out. That's going to be a shake-up in the constructors.
Yeah, exactly.
Aston Martin, but
and Zay staying out too. That's going to be 1-2 on the Inters.
I don't know about this now. I mean, obviously before everyone had the gap on the Inters, but the whole pack's going to be punched up again. I don't think it's the call. I mean,
surely there was a bit of a front wing tweak.
But...
Yeah, I don't know. Surely there was a front wing tweak on that Red Bull now for the wets.
Oh, you hope so.
There must have been.
Well. Late race drama in an AFR race.
Is Jeff on the radio on his final race here in AFR saying we're not sure if the slicks are faster? Surely.
Slicks might be faster though.
I think we're going to miss Jeff.
Yeah. Everyone say your final last messages to Jeff in the chat.
Yes, let us know your final messages to Jeff. We'll relay them after the race.
Yeah, no, Jeff, you love to hate him. He was like that mate you always give a bit of a hard time, but deep down, you know you loved him.
Exactly.
You can't tell me you didn't love him when he gave you that MFD strategy right on the crossover point, and old mate's just gone past the pit lane, and bang, Jeff has saved the race. Although Jeff has done some absolute menacing action to all of us once or twice. He does.
He loves it. He's just like us, mate. He loves to be a bit of a menace.
Exactly. And it's just what you need in this game. Bit of menacing action. And we could be getting that at the end of this race. Because we have, again, these two intermediate runners with the soft runners. Oh, sorry, soft runners.
There's a soft runner?
Soft runners, mate.
Yeah, put the soft on. I reckon it's going to come good, mate. It's going to dry real quick.
Oh, boy. I've been smoking what Jeff's been smoking.
Oh. Golden. Well, we saw Kebab go from third to first on the last restart. Can he do it again? He's going to have, three laps of racing, you'd expect?
Yeah. Again,
we should get lap 20,
Flukesy
21
in the back,
22.
I reckon. Oh, yeah.
Well, Zay's in.
Zay's in.
Why has he done that?
He's going to be right back now, you'd suggest.
I mean, if he didn't want to double stack with his teammate, his teammate was far down the road, and he's going to lose 5 more positions now because he would have still come out in 5th. So this is definitely a mistake from Zay, and he was fighting for that 4th in the driver standings.
Yeah, you assume unless some absolute barnstormer of a crash happens, he's out of that contention now.
Well, he's fighting Dutchy. He just had to be in front of Dutchy, but
that's a very, very questionable decision there, but never know what can happen. Wet conditions with a lot of mixed tyre choices.
I mean, it's good news for Kebab. He's got one less car to pass.
But again, he's going to have to get past that Red Bull. But Wahid is hanging on. So Red Bull do have that points advantage, I believe. Yes, they do. So if Red Bull remain 2 and 5, they will take out this Constructors' Championship. But if anything happens to Kebab or Wahid, it might be game over.
I'll tell you what I didn't realise, mate. A couple of these guys pit and put on fresh inters. So Skins, Spicer and Nemo. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Is the new inter still good enough? Because there's definitely standing water in places now.
Yeah, I mean, just from the naked eye, you'd assume that's wet weather, wet tyre for wets.
Kebab almost pinned it.
A little bit loose, eh?
He's sipping it in.
We love that. Get those tyres nice and warm, even if it means taking a bit of the tread off. Rain getting lighter, according to Jeff. So these inters runners might have known that, and
they might have. Is it going to rain enough? Is it going to stop raining enough?
I don't know. So safety car is in this lap, and we will have 3 racing laps left to go in this AFR T2 last race of the season. What will this bring? I reckon this will be a very entertaining finish, DZ.
Oh. The problem that Forehead has is he's not on fresh tyres, whereas the fresh inters are fresh inters, so that's one thing that's not working for him. Anyway, all he can do is drive as fast as he can and hope it's enough. And those penalties are really going to hurt the drivers now that the field's been bunched back up.
100%, and just look how wet it is, mate. Will those inters hang on? Will these wet runners get ahead? It is very, very moist as Kebab. Not Kebab, sorry. What's up?
Kebab touched him.
Kebab has touched him, but he hasn't got a 5-second penalty, as it looks like. Floyd's going to get that run, and we're going to approach lap 20, and he's not going just yet. He's waiting right until that line there, side by side, and he goes for it, and he's got a great jump, and the McLaren gets past too.
Oh, they're 3 wide.
He goes for it, and that is going to be looked at by the stewards 100%, but Dutchy rejoins the race. Oh, he's in and they're going 2 wide. Absolutely nothing left on this racetrack. They're going for it. They're all hungry. Dutchy goes wide. And we've got the approach from Skins. What is he going to do? I think he's too far back, but what a restart. That's absolutely crazy. Z-Dog's falling back. That was very, very high octane there.
Oh my, that was menacing.
That was very menacing indeed, my friend. And the 2 Red Bulls are 1 and 2.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And
Wahid's come from the stars.
He has, mate. And this is an absolutely barnstorming race from Wahid.
Oh my, Wahid was what, like 6th, 7th on the restart, and mate, it just opened up like the Red Sea for him. Rename him Moses.
He has. This is an absolutely outstanding race for Red Bull at this moment. They just need to hold on, and they will take a glorious one to finish that. The Red Bull Racing constructors will be loving.
Oh yes, they will, mate. Absolutely. Battles all throughout the field here. As I still can't believe that. And someone's saying that Wahid has a drive-through.
Wahid's got a draw. No. That's not good for his own race, but I think... Oh, as he just goes very deep into that corner. He's not going to serve the drive-through this lap, but...
It's going to be Operation Block the Field.
This Constructors' Championship, mate.
Yeah, all he's going to do is make sure that Kebab has a nice little lead going on to the last lap, and all should be sorted for the Red Bull squad. But, yeah, wow, that was a very interesting restart.
Oh, I jumped out of my seat for that one, mate. There was, you just had to be looking at every angle to witness everything. Everyone was everywhere, mate.
I didn't get to see the dive bomb from Dutchy on forehead, but I think it looked menacing, even though I didn't see it, because I just saw them go wide.
Yeah, I was on board for that one. Dutchy just absolutely planted the brake, but he did not. He didn't pull it up, unfortunately. He last to the late breakers again. It did not work out in his favour, unfortunately. It was a bit greedy, and unfortunately, a bit of greed doesn't pay in these conditions, especially when it takes longer for the car to stop.
Oh, that's right. The limit is very much harder to find, as we lose all of our telemetry once again. So we'll try and visually keep an eye on the gaps here. It's a very much single file here on the second last lap.
Yeah, I think we got all our bang for our buck on the restart, mate, as our vision has disconnected. So hopefully he can get back just before the end of the race with one racing lap to go after they cross the line.
Tell you what, Kebab's pretty... Oh, sorry. Wahid's actually pretty quick in these conditions. Such a shame he's got that drive-through.
Yeah. Well, he might have one lap to...
I mean, he could stay... Yeah, he could stay out and serve the 20-second pen, but he goes in, so... What a shame.
Yeah,
what could have been?
I think it would have been Kebab.
Ooh, in the background, Zayn Ford.
Hello.
Here we go.
Last lap action, last lap of the season for AFR Tier 2, and we are going to have a bit of fun with it between Zay and Forehead as he just gets a little bit loose on those wet weather tyres. Again, it's still hard to tell which tyre is better in this condition. They're looking pretty even, if I'm brutally honest. as Forehead just gets a poor run, and the Alfa Romeo is going to go. Is he going to go left or right? He's going to go left, and it's going to be a battle between the braking zone, which tyres have the better traction, and it's pretty even as Zay locks up. Forehead just parks it on the apex, which is very good defensive, and he's going to go around the outside, the Alfa Romeo. And again, who's going to come out best in this braking section? Again, the Alfa Romeo locks up, but they're going side by side, DZ. And the Alfa Romeo is just going to win that battle, it seems. And he is up into P4.
Oh, he's run wide, he got a pen!
3-second penalty.
Oh, no. I'll tell you what, could Skins yet be on the podium here? If these guys keep fighting. He's got 6 seconds, but with that penalty for Zay, maybe, just maybe, Forehead drops off enough.
Yeah, 100% him still might be in it. I mean, it's not over till the fat lady sings, and she may just be warming up her vocal cords. It looks like Dutchy is too far back to fight. Memphis is too far back. So it looks like Kebab is just going to take this one out, and he is going to seal the deal for the Red Bull team in the Constructors' Championship. And for the final race of the season, Kebab crosses the line to take the win. Well done, son.
Oh, he crosses the line in style.
That was
tipped it in.
That was gorgeous.
That's Skins, mate. Oh no, it's just updated. He's gone 4th. He was there for a second, but Forehead, mate, he jumps to 2nd.
Oh, and flicks his team before the line.
Oh, he's tried to tip it in, mate, and he's done it all wrong.
A bit too much fun there, unfortunately, but that wraps up another season of Aussie Formula Racing Tier 2 and all Aussie Formula Racing tiers for this season, and what an absolute treat we were gifted, mate.
And the moisture made it, mate. Made by moisture.
Made by moisture.
AFR Season 8 Tier 2 Spa. And, well, Kebab, who had that strange qualifying incident, goes from outside of the top 10 to the win, and, well, he drove beautifully all night. So, congratulations to him on, I think, might be a maiden win here in AFR for Kebab, so very well done to him.
On 14 from the grid as well, mate. What a drive.
And Flukesy, he might have crashed, mate, but he keeps that fastest lap.
Love to see it.
He won't get a point for it, but he keeps the fastest lap.
He's in the points as well, which is the absolute gut-wrenching thing. But you have to cross that line, or at least you have to time it well enough to make sure your wheels off and you get across the line. But that's super unfortunate for him, but that is that.
Right there at the end, the penalty's really costing a couple of those drivers.
100%.
Really costing them.
Yeah, it's very close between positions 4, even 2 to like 7. And again, that safety car definitely helped out bunching up the pack. And again, with those crashes at those convenient times.
They're actually at the most convenient time.
You can't get any more convenient than the crossover period.
You couldn't ask for much more here in the final race of the season, but I've thoroughly enjoyed just finishing the season how we started it in Bahrain.
Hey man, what a season that's been.
Yes, so well done to Red Bull and to Sneaky, so Red Bull get both the titles here in Tier 2, the drivers and the constructors, so a great season for them.
Absolutely, they absolutely zinged their way through that championship, and well done to them.
Well, should we just sign off with a zing on and just leave them with that?
I'd be rude not to, mate.
I think so. So, thank you everyone who's tuned into the entire Season 8 here on the AFR Twitch, to all of our new drivers, to our racing drivers, to our admin stewards. We all love you. We couldn't do it without you, and we thank you. So, zing on, and we'll see you in Season 9.
Zing on, ladies and gents. Have a good night.